Good morning. This is Dina Marie, host of Faith Moments and the voice of the shepherd with a faith moment on Mater Dei Radio. This year in the Pacific Northwest, we've had our share of fantastic summertime weather, living in a region that is overflowing in luscious crops of fruits and vegetables, hops and grapes, and the Northwest is known for its premier wines, craft beers, exceptional cuisines, and an incredible variety of spectacular musicians and artisans. But now, how about putting the best of the best in the Northwest into one scenic park for everyone to enjoy? And you have the Vancouver Wine and Jazz Festival, the largest festival of its kind, coming back to Esther Short Park in Vancouver, Washington for 3 days, August 26th, 27th, and 28th. With me to talk about the 22-year history of the festival is its artistic director, Dr. Michael Kissinger. Michael, it is awesome to have you back on the radio to share about this amazing festival. Good morning.
Good morning, Dina Marie.
Well, this is an exciting time. And, the first festival that was held, I can't believe this was in 1998 in downtown Vancouver. It's grown, but give us a sense of the heart and the soul, the real mission and purpose when you began this festival so many years ago.
I put a little phrase on a Facebook post the other day, Soli Deo Gloria. And Bach, J.S. Bach, was famous for signing that on the end of all of his compositions, Soli Deo Gloria, to the glory of God, or for the glory of God. And that's really one of the main things that we do this for, because music for us, I'm a professional musician, Maria's a professional musician. And one of the things that we do when we perform music is we really do feel the Holy Spirit going through us and performing through us. And so I think when we do this festival like this, there's a sense of that kind of love that comes from God, because God is the creator. And if we are made in the image of God, and if we believe that, then the things that we create are really from the Holy Spirit and from God as well. Soli Deo Gloria. So part of the process of creating the Vancouver Wine and Jazz Festival is about those kinds of things. It's about creating great music and bringing people together and having community and bringing all those forces together that are creative, whether it's the fine arts and the fine artists that we have there, whether it's the musicians and even the wineries and the restaurants that are there that are creating food and bringing the fruits of their labor from the wineries. All of those things that come together are very creative, and so all of those things that we have as part of the festival bring community together, and that's kind of the purpose of it.
Mhm. I love the community aspect. We're talking with Michael Kissinger, artistic director for the Vancouver Wine and Jazz Festival. I want you to go to the website, vancouverwinejazz.com, because there's a ton of information about the musicians, about the cuisines, the wineries, the craft breweries, the artisans, and all of the businesses that really are behind bringing community together. But Michael, you and I know that it was like the world shut down for the last 2 years. Festivals, gatherings like this were all gone, and you're making a comeback. And I want you to talk a little bit about that comeback and that feeling of just bringing everybody back. What's it been like?
You know, the first thing is that what it was like to be shut down for 2 years. It was like you were in kind of a purgatory, I think, where there was absolutely no life whatsoever. I remember sitting actually in this room in our living room here, where we have our piano, our music room. Every morning, we get up in the morning, and because we were locked down and we couldn't go anywhere and everything was shut down, we would be in this room, Maria and Sylvia and I, and we would get up, and first thing we would do is do our rosary, and we would do it in this room because we needed some light. We needed these paintings. We needed to be in this room, where it's a very creative room, because it was such a really dark, death-like time, to not be able to be with other people and to create things. So I think coming back has been a rebirth in a very real sense. It's been a real birth. And the people that are involved in this, we have over, I think, 125, 150 volunteers that put this on, our staff, our volunteer staff. There's been this kind of excitement, a building excitement among them, because we're not meant to be alone. Human beings are not meant to be by ourselves. We are pack animals. I think of our little dog, Frankie. He wants to be right there on your lap the entire time. We're pack animals. We are meant to be in community. And even when you think of places like the Abbey, you go down to Mount Angel Abbey, and a lot of times people think, well, how can they live like that? They're by themselves. They're not married. They don't have family with them. And no, they call it in community. We are living in community, right? So we're meant to be in community. So the bringing this back has been like a rebirth, a regeneration of life, almost like a resurrection, really, quite frankly. And in so many ways, and I mean it just from feeling really excited about it to all the people that are volunteering. We had 2 volunteer meetings this last week, and people were so energized and so excited, and we started out with a song, because we did these meetings at Portland Piano. And I said, we're in this beautiful space with all this music and all these pianos. We're going to start with a song. So we started with Amazing Grace, and people sang at the top of their lungs, And so I knew right then, I thought, okay, these people feel the same way that we feel. They've been locked down. They've been trapped. They've been broken. It's been forced upon them. They haven't wanted to do this. They really haven't, and their spirits haven't wanted to do this. And so coming back like this is a rebirth, and it's bringing people together, bringing community together. And that's what music does.
It's so true. Music is such that universal language. It is the universal language of love because it is creative. God is the creator, and he gave us music to communicate to one another, and that is through that love and beauty of creation. Michael Kissinger with us. Both Michael and Maria Monzo are a music team. Maria leads the team of music at the Madeline Parish in Portland, but they have been working on this beautiful festival, Vancouver Wine and Jazz, for the last 22 years. And we're so grateful for that. Rebirth, that word rebirth. And I know that has an influence on this amazing poster. Every year you have a poster that's the artwork is done by an amazing artist, Sam. Tell us about this year's poster and that image of rebirth.
Well, Sam Pace is a good friend of ours. He lives in Los Angeles. He's a really incredible painter. He paints in oils and acrylics and mixed media. Does a lot of different things. You can see some of the paintings I have back here behind me in the room. We actually have, I think, 45 of his paintings now that we've collected over the years. He does the artwork every year for us for the festival poster, and then it goes on the t-shirts as well. And this year, he and I were talking, and I said, he said, well, what do you want? Do you want a trumpet player, or do you want a band or piano? What do you want? I said, no. And, I just couldn't think of it. I thought, no, I want something different. And I was looking, I'd walked through a house. And I thought, well, I could use that. We have this, we have this, we have this. It's just that, no, something's not right. So I was thinking about it. And so I called him, and I was standing outside, and I said, I'm envisioning that music is coming back. There's a rebirth. And I said, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that there's a singer. It's a woman, and she's kind of got her head back, and she's looking up to heaven, and she's praying that music will come back into her life, that there will be this inflow of music from God. And as I was saying that, I had my head back, and I said, so I'm kind of envisioning her looking up, and there's light, it's just kind of coming down. There's music coming down. He said, oh, yeah, I know you, I got it. Okay. Yeah, I got it. So about 2 days later, he sent me 3 or 4 samples that he did that. He knew immediately. He did these. And I said, that's it right there. So it's this image of a woman who's looking up to heaven, and you can see these rays of light that are coming down. And in the rays of light are all these music notes. They're just kind of filtering down, like it's like it's snowflakes, that are coming down. I said it's perfect because that's it's telling you, it's showing you a visual representation of where music comes from, where the creative spirit comes from, that it comes from God, that it comes from the Holy Spirit. Whether you're a businesswoman, whether you're a mom, whether you're a retired person, we are still creative. We are still creating these kinds of things. We're creating friendships, we're creating families and businesses and all of these things. That comes from God, because that's where that creative spirit comes from. So I think that artwork really captured that idea of, this is music, it's coming back to me, and I have to have that.
Absolutely. Michael Kissinger with us, the Vancouver Wine and Jazz Festival, 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, August 26th, 27th, and 28th. All the information is on the website, vancouverwinejazz.com. But Michael, I have more questions about just the event itself, some of the things that we're going to experience. I'm coming up to a break, though. Can you hold on the line and we'll finish our conversation on the other side of the break?
Of course, of course.